Welcome to my Stop Fighting with Your Son podcast. If this is your first time here, I recorded 4 episodes especially for you to help you eliminate the fights right away and start connecting with your boy as soon as possible. Go to episodes 54 through 59. I have 4 boys of my own, and I know better than anyone how much you want to have a good relationship with your boy and all the things that can come in your way. If you are a mom of boys, I am the coach for you. Let's go. Hey guys, how are you doing today? Forgive me if I'm a little low energy. I think I am exhausted from entertaining the kids it was a week, maybe 10 days. But good news, they're in camp all week this week. So I am slowly recovering. But today I wanted to share with you something that I've recently done and what I've learned from it and what I've noticed. So I have recently hired a coach to help me lose the last 10 pounds, okay? And this is so much more to me than losing the weight. To me, it is about having the freedom afterwards to never think about food again, to never think about losing weight again, to never think about whether to eat this or not to eat that. Because with coaching, right, we always work on the mindset. And so once I go through this 6 months, I will be a different person in my brain. And so I'm so excited for that freedom. I've already done so much work to get to this point. So I'm going to be working on the consistency and the trust with myself to actually follow through and eat the way I want to eat and based on what I know. So I'm so excited for that, and I've already started the work on that. And the what inspired me this is it also reminded me of when I completely stopped drinking wine. That was 2-3 years ago. And the same experience is what I have now with wine or any alcohol is freedom. I never, ever, ever have to think about wine, except for when I'm mentioning it to you or if someone asks, or I don't ever think about it, wine. I never think about whether I should drink it or not drink it, whether I am embarrassed in front of the kids, whether I'm going to be hungover, whether I'm going to gain weight, whether I'm going to drink too much during the holidays. That line of thinking does not exist in my life anymore. And I love it so, so much. And that's what gave me the proof that I can do this, that coaching works. And I want to do this with food as well. And specifically with sugar, right? So, and then I thought, okay, it's really hard for a lot of people to buy coaching, to purchase coaching, to pay for coaching, to invest in coaching because of this. I think it's just simply that we're not used to investing in those things versus we're super used to, buying groceries, buying a house, buying a car, paying for education, whatever, right? And this is fairly new, and a lot of people don't even know what coaching is. So, and the way I like to think about coaching world is that it's kind of like a life store. So it's a store, like if you were to go into a store, and if life coaching results were actually physical things on the shelf, then what you would see are these things. You would see a box that would say, happily married or happy marriage, right? You could go in and be like, ooh, I need one of those, right? I'm going to get one of those. Or the next one would be a freedom from alcohol or ever thinking about alcohol, right? Or freedom from sugar and freedom from ever even struggling with weight or sugar, right? And another one, the one that I love so, so, so much, and the one that I'm offering to you and I can help you with is have a good relationship with your son. Like that would be another box on the shelf. And that's the one that will be the result that I am offering for you to create, that I'm offering to help you and guide you so you can create it for yourself for the rest of your life. And this is what I love about it. And that's this is why I'm willing to pay so much for any sort of coaching, because the result that I walk away with is for my whole entire life. Like the amount of freedom and space and time and how I feel about myself and the confidence that I have from simply choosing not to have alcohol, which is just a choice I want. I'm not, by the way, if you are choosing to have it, I have no judgment. And it was the right choice for me because it gave me so many things in my life that I didn't like. That's all, okay? My husband still has alcohol. Like, everyone around me still has it, but I just love that choice for me, right? So again, I'm not passing any judgment on you. When you want to have a glass of wine at the end of the day, go for it. That was me. I used to do it. And during that time, it did give me good things. But overall, later, I just started, it more negative things accumulated that I didn't love. And I didn't love, having alcohol every night with my kids seeing it, but also it made me so tired. And when I have to do bedtime for 4 kids, I was super tired. So anyway, those are just a few things that I didn't love. But so if you were to go into that store, you could see all of these life results that you could possibly want for yourself. And coaching is the vehicle for delivering those results to you, for helping you create those results in your life. So that's what I think it could be useful for you if you were ever wondering why coaching, what is this coaching all about? Coaching is simply a way of working with your mind so that your mind gets rid of all the necessary beliefs and thoughts that are keeping you stuck and keeping you in a bad relationship, and also creating all the useful thoughts and instilling beliefs that do help you, that do create the feeling of a good relationship or freedom from alcohol or freedom from sugar, and actually working with your thoughts so that you are actually living aligned to what you want to, right? So that, for example, if you have a thought that has you eating sugar, well, that would be something that the coach would help me work with and notice it, get to know it, and then have a plan in place to work around it and kind of demyth it and show me how it's actually not true what I'm believing, because in fact, I'm actually creating something I don't want. So, and the other most important thing that I have learned again, I've already learned this before, but now I'm seeing it through the lens of you and what you want, and a good relationship for you with your son. And the most time consuming, the hardest part, and also the maybe 99%, well, let's say 90% of effort and time spent doing for you to get to where you want to be with your good relationship with your son is the work of simply believing that you can have that. So it's not the money that you need to invest in getting any help, whether it's coaching help, psychiatrist help, psychologist, whether it's time. If you think, I don't have time to spend on this, if it's anything else that you're thinking, like you're thinking, they can do it because they have some sort of advantage. In fact, whenever you are believing that it's either time or money or something else, that's the reason why you can't have a good relationship with your son, or even your son. You're like, no, I can't have a good relationship with my son because of him. It actually never is that reason. Because here's why. Let me tell you why. Because whenever we believe we want something, we can have it. And then our wheels start spinning into collecting proof to support that belief, which would be, I can have it and you can start coming up with ways of how you could make it true for yourself. All of a sudden, if you believe you can have that, even if it's just 1%, even if you're full of doubt and super suspicious and super reluctant and super agitated that, oh, right, it didn't work before, even though 99% of you doesn't believe, even if you have 1% of belief that you can have this result, then you start thinking, oh, well, I could somehow find the money to hire help. I could somehow carve out an hour in a week. I could somehow, well, sometimes I see something good in my son, right? So maybe it's not his fault that we have a better relationship, right? And how do I know this? Is because this was me buying this program. In fact, I had 1% of me finally creep through, and I was like, yeah, you know what? All right, well, I can see it. I can see if they can have it, then maybe I can have this result. And it wasn't though that I didn't believe I didn't believe I can have it on purpose. No, it was just there subconsciously. It was like, this is too much work. I'm not going to find the money. I don't want to do this again. It didn't work last time, right? A million reasons came up that felt super reasonable, that felt like the truth. So it didn't even feel like, oh, I don't believe I can have it. It felt like all the reasons were true. But because I'm a coach, I was I was more aware of these thoughts in my head. And I even asked myself, do I want to believe that I can have this? And the first time I asked myself, my answer was no. Because you know what? If I believe that I can have this result in my life, that means I have to do a bunch of work, which I didn't feel like doing at that time. And so my true answer was, you know what? I don't. Even if I did believe, I just don't want to do the work right now. So whenever you're having these reasons for yourself, I want you to really be honest with yourself. Am I actually saying no to this because I don't have the money? Or is it because I think even if I spend the money, I'm going to fail at this? Or even if I spend the money, I don't trust that this person can help me, right? It's never the time or the money. It's always the belief that you can have this result. Because if you went into the store, the life store, and you saw this box that said happy marriage, and it was 100% guaranteed, and you were super used to spending your money on things at the life store, you would just pick it up and know for sure, 100%, that it would work, right? That you would just buy the box, pay the money, and it was a done deal, right? But because we're not used to doing that, we never think of that, right? Coaching is pretty new, and this is what coaching world does, really. I know of so many coaches that they deliver so many different results to people in their life, but the biggest hurdle that all of us coaches have to come across is helping you believe that you can have this result. And I know this firsthand because my mind is also like yours, and it says, no, well, they can do it, but I can't, for so many reasons. And let me tell you other reasons, right? So I just love this, that coaching exists. I love that I can offer it to you so you can have a happy and a good relationship with your son for the rest of your life. What is it worth to you? Is it priceless? It is priceless to me. And so that's why I invest in myself, into having that freedom, which is actually the exact same freedom that you would have when you finally become the person who believes and feels and lives the fact that you have a good relationship with your son. Without your son changing, without anything else, when you become that person, you will forever stop worrying about your son and your relationship with him. You will forever Stop feeling guilty about something that you've said to him, or about something, or about your past, or about the way you raised him. You will have the freedom to never having to worry about that again. And what that looks like is that you get so much time and brain space back to think about all the other areas in your life that you actually want to spend time on. Like doing fun things, traveling, spending time with family, creating something in the world. Right? Like if you are someone who, you're probably are not a drug addict, right? So you don't ever think about drugs. You don't think about, oh, when can I have my next hit? And so on, right? So you have all that space freed up to think about your life. And it never even crosses your mind, right? To go like get some heroin or whatever, right? This is exactly the same freedom I am offering to help you create in your life. And it is something that not only affects your relationship with your son, it will affect all of your relationships in your life, because it's the same skill, the same concepts, and the same beliefs that will be in your head that will create those results for you. So come have a chat with me. If you are ready, I would love to help you create that for yourself, that freedom. That freedom is priceless, and it's for the rest of your life. And if you have any questions, I will be more than happy to answer any of them. And even if you have doubts, you should still sign up and just find out more information from just having that chat with me. The first session is completely free. All you have to do is go to my website, www.coachingnatalia.com. Come ask me questions. I would be happy to answer them. And if you have any doubts, I will also help you with them. But you can have this too. I was the person who, without a good relationship with my son, actually, I did have that available to me. I just didn't believe it. I didn't feel like it, right? I didn't have the mindset that actually created and saw the evidence of a good relationship. It's not that I didn't have it. It's just that my thoughts always kept looking for the proof that something was wrong, right? So once I did the work on myself, my son didn't change. I now, even in the bumpiest of times, I have the peace of mind that I'm doing the right thing, that I'm a good mom, that I trust myself to do the right thing, and that we're good. We're good. I'm building a solid foundation, and I can talk to him, and I see all the good that I'm doing. So I want that for you, and I want that for you for the rest of your life. All right? Okay, guys, have a great week, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.